napansin ko rin kasi si Yusek Claire Castro, pag siya po ay nagsasalita, lagi siyang on the defensive tone. Sana naman po, bukas o mamaya, wala akong matanggap na PCO-sponsored attack. Nakalagay po sa mandato ng PCO na ang Presidential Communications Office ang magsisilbing primary communications arm ng gobyerno. At isa sa mga pangunahing trabaho ninyo ay ilathala ang mga magagandang achievements ng ating pamahalaan. While looking at your Facebook account, wala akong masyadong makita na notable achievements sa PCO Facebook page. Ang nakita ko lang recently, yung mga inspection ng ating Pangulo sa mga faulty flood control projects. I don't know if it's that an achievement in itself. Nakita ko rin yung libreng sakay program. I think that's quite an achievement. Pero wala akong makitang malakihan o noteworthy or notable flagship project ng ating sa ngayon. Wala akong makita. And meron din kasi akong kakilala sa PCSO. Hindi naman ganun kakilala pero nakakapagkwento rin siya. Sabi niya, we hire reactors. Ang trabaho ng reactors, 100 or 200 or so reactors. Ang trabaho po nila ay magbigay ng positive reaction sa mga post ninyo, magbigay ng positibong comment sa mga posts. Yun po ang trabaho. Aside from maintaining around 76 vloggers. Is that correct?
Your Honor, if I may clarify, you mentioned PCSO or PCO?
PCO, I'm sorry.
PCO.
Meron daw kayong maintain na 200 reactors and 76 or so vloggers.
To that point, Your Honor, we don't maintain reactors and vloggers. We have organic supporters of the President who comments on our posts, but we don't retain any of those vloggers or reactors, as you may put it. Those are organic, real people commenting on our posts, commenting the activities, the programs of the President, and they are by no means employed by us.
Taliwas po ang aking impormasyon na natanggap. Ito po ay binabayaran itong mga reactors natin ng 7,000 a month para magbigay ng magandang komento at magbigay ng magandang react, siguro heart or like, para po maganda ang traction ng ating mga posts. Kung sa tingin niyo po, Mr. Secretary, ito po ay organic, bakit po natin sila kailangan bayaran? Hindi po ba? Meron pa silang allowance sa load. Bukod po sa kanilang sweldo.
Opo, with all due respect, Your Honor, hindi po namin sila binabayaran, and we can check that in the line item of our budget. Wala po kaming binabayaran na gano'n. As I said, and I will reiterate, these are organic, real people who supports the President and comments positively on the activities and programs of the President on our official channels, official platforms in social media. So wala po yun sa line item ng budget namin, Your Honor.
Kung wala po kayong binabayaran, ano po ang komposisyon ng mga job orders po at COSs na binabayaran nyo that comprises most of the personnel services?
Yes, Your Honor. For the JOs and the COS, their roles and responsibilities are clearly defined in the contracts that they signed, and we will be more than honored to furnish the committee with the JOs and the COS contracts if required, Your Honor.
Ma'am, how much time am I given left? Opo. Ito na lang po. As a way forward, Madam Chairperson, Mr. Secretary, may I kindly ask for the committee to direct the PCO in submitting to the Secretariat and my office within 5 working days the following documents: traveling expenses, a list of all foreign and local trips, their purpose, duration, cost, and the personnel who traveled, professional services, the names of all consultants, their terms of reference, their fees, and their specific outputs of deliverables. Advertising expenses, a list of all placements, boostings, the media outlets paid, and the cost of each campaign. And representation expenses, a detailed accounting on how the 41 million for 2024 was spent. Mr. Secretary, considering the similarity, just a manifestation, quick manifestation, other than the requirement that I gave them.
Before we move to the manifestation, just wanted to check in, Secretary Gomez, would you be comfortable providing those information within 5 working days as requested by Representative Marcoleta?
We will comply, Your Honor. Makakaasaw po kayo.
Opo. Ito naman po ay tanong, ano ko lang naman, pakiwari ko lang. Hindi po ba mas madaling depensahan ng administrasyon kung ito ay maraming mga notable achievements? Mas madali siyang depensahan kaysa depensahan yung mga, or labanan yung mga kritiko ng gobyerno. Kasi ang nakikita ko po, parang din, siguro, napansin ko rin kasi si Yusek Claire Castro, pag siya po ay nagsasalita, lagi siyang on the defensive tone. Sa akin, rather than showcasing the landmark achievements of this administration, the PCO is reduced to just defending the administration from the harsh critics. Hindi po ba mas magandang kung gagawa tayo ng maganda para sa ating bansa? Tulad ng sinabi nyo, Secretary Dave, mas maging organic ang mga taong dedepensa sa ating Pangulo at sa ating pamahalaan kung gagalingan natin ang ating pagganap ng ating tungkulin sa ating gobyerno. So, sana naman po bukas o mamaya wala akong matanggap na PCO-sponsored attack. Dahil inaasahan ko na to. Kaya lang, mag-iingat lang po ang mga kinaukulan dahil baka kayo ay liable din sa cyber libel. So, pag-aralan nyo rin po. Yun lamang po. Sana mag-focus po kayo sa paglalahad ng mga notable achievements ng ating administrasyon rather than resorting to attacks from our critics. Mas maganda yun na taong bayan na mismo ang dumedepensa sa ating Pangulo. Yung lamang po. Maraming salamat.
Madam Chair, if I may respond to the manifestation, thank you, Madam Chair. I would just like to assure Your Honor that as I pointed out earlier, when I assumed this role 6 weeks ago, that I am committed to what I call my 3 Ps minus 1. I am here to communicate and socialize only the programs and policies of the President minus the politics. And that will continue to be the focus of while I continue to hold this role in the administration. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Looking at the budget of the PCO proper, the fluctuations are rather large. From 493 million in 2023, it reached nearly 90% to 933 million in 2024, only to be cut to 695 million in 2025. And now, the PCO is requesting a 954 million budget for 2026. This rather yo-yo or fluctuating budgeting makes it impossible to track long-term strategies. Could you kindly explain to us what new urgent mandate justified the nearly doubling of your budget in a single year?
Thank you, Your Honor, Madam Chair, and thank you for this opportunity to explain what you have described, Your Honor, as the yo-yo budget. I was informed that the budget in 2024 was significantly reduced because of the low utilization rate in 2024. Unfortunately, the budget went down after that. But based on the 2025 budget, what we are proposing right now for 2026 is really more aligned to the 2024 level and consistent with the programs that we have initiated in 2024. Plus, not to mention the fact that we are looking at a very important year for this administration next year. We are facing a we are about to host the ASEAN next year, and this will require a lot of communications support from our agency and our attached agencies, and just restoring it to about the level of 2024 will enable us to cope with the responsibilities and the tasks ahead of us in 2026.
Just a follow-up question. The bulk of the increase was in PCO's maintenance and other operating expenses, which grew to 689 million. Meanwhile, PCO's 2026 performance targets for 2026, such as disseminating 3,350 new news releases, are identical to PCO's 2024 targets, despite requesting an even higher operations budget. How can PCO justify a higher budget when PCO's own targets remain stagnant? Is the PCO simply asking for more money to do the same amount of work?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, thank you for allowing us to clarify that point. We are already in representation. We've made representations already with the DBM to revise this target to accurately reflect the levels as stated in the MOE. So we are now in the process of revising those targets, increasing those targets, and coming to an agreement with the DBM on this one.
Thank you for that answer.